So we had a great honor of our group of external guests meeting Hazur, His Holiness, today in his office. And at one point he asked that how is the arrangements of the Review of Religions exhibitions to the guests? Have they improved, or how do you find it? And one of the guests, Pam Moon, said, Your Holiness, they've expanded and now they have 4 exhibitions.
Well, when Caliph was kind enough, at each visit has given us a gift, generally of books that either he has written or important books for Islam. So when he went to hand them to me, I said, Your Holiness, I already have a set of these books. Perhaps we should save them for someone who has not received them so that they can have them. And he said, thank you. So he did not give me a book. Earlier today, just a bit ago, a gentleman came running up to me and said, You're Barry, aren't you? And I said, yes. He said, Khalifa realized that 2 of the books from this year were new that were not available in the past, so he wanted me to give them to you, and he brought me the books. And I was shocked how this man can remember and do this and single it out and recall that I didn't have those 2 newer books, and sent someone to find me and give me the books is an amazing thing. He is an amazing man.
Then Rizwan Beg Sahab mentioned that this year we have something very special, which is the original kiswah or cloth that was on the door of the Kaaba. He said, Hazur, please, we would like for you to come and see it. Hazur was very interested in it, and Barry Schwartz, he had a photo of it on the camera, and he came forward and he gave it to me, and I showed a picture to Hazur, and Hazur looked at it, put the camera in his hand and looked at it. So that's when Rizwan Sahab said, Hazur, please come. We would love for you to come to the exhibition. And Hazur said, I will try.
I requested him that give us honor to come and visit our this exhibition. And it's a great honor that he turned up and he saw one of my very beautiful object over here of Kiswah, the cloth of Kaaba's cloth.
After that, Hazur went for a dinner. And after the dinner, we noticed that Hazur, instead of going to his car, started walking along the track. Hazur, I could see, kept looking at me. And he saw me and I was walking along, and he said, so where is your exhibition? And I pointed towards where the exhibition is. Then what happened is, of course, there's a track. Everyone knows in Jalsa there's a track that goes around. And Hazur started about to walk off the track, as in into the dirt and the grass where the whole flag area is. And I said, Hazur, please can you come this way onto the track? And as soon as I was saying this, Hazur just went onto the grass. And I said, Hazur, or you could go on the grass. And I looked towards Hazur and he was smiling. And so it was an incredible scene. Hazur was walking through the whole flag area, took the direct route. Then he came into our exhibition. And we showed him the Kaaba Lihaf, or the Kaaba Kiswah, which was over there, and Hazur was very happy and very interested in it. And we showed him some of the other aspects, including a more recent Kaaba Kiswah in the black.
Latest 1979 ka ye piece hai.
One thing I think that Hazur was the most interested in is, I mentioned that we have the Mubarak Mosque designs and the process of how it was created, the pieces. And Hazur was so interested in this. In fact, he was so interested that afterwards Amir Sahib UK and Amir Sahib Germany was standing there, and Hazur said to Amir Sahib Germany, have you seen this? And he said yes. At that point, I mentioned to Hazur that under Hazur's guidance, we had produced a short booklet called The Attributes of Allah, which show each attribute in the design that Rizwan Beg has made it in the Mubarak Mosque with its English and Urdu meaning. And Hazur turned to Amir Sahib Germany and said, you should give it to him.
Almost got too small. Introduction of the
You know, Hazur spending some good time here. He saw all the different places. He blessed his presence here.
As he was coming out with his entourage to go to prayer, I was standing on the side. He saw me, he stopped, he smiled and pointed over his shoulder and nodded that he had gone and seen the exhibit. And the security guard next to me was amazed. He said, "Did you see Khalifa stopped and talked to you?" And I said, "Yes, I saw."
And I think it was very historic, the way Hazur just walked through all the flags off the track. All around, people were waving, and you know, people were just probably sitting on the grass, and next thing they know, Hazur was walking towards them. It was an incredible, incredible moment for this Jalsa. It was a huge blessing for the Review of Religions and all our staff, and it's a moment that we will never forget. And it's just the blessings and love of Khilafat that despite being so tired, he met so many people today. He gave 2 speeches today, and he also met about 5 delegations from different countries. He had a dinner with hundreds of guests. Yet somehow in his mind he remembered that he had a humble request was made to visit this exhibition, and he walked all the way and blessed us with his presence.
And I am so privileged. This year, my 5th Jalsa is also my 5th opportunity to have a private conversation with him and the Shroud group. And I have to say this, when you're in the room with him, you feel his love, and I'm sure he feels the love we have for him. To me, one of the highlights was when we finished and we got up to leave, we were walking out, and then I said, wait a minute, and I went back and I said, next year, inshallah. And he said, mashallah, and with a big smile on his face, and that was the last impression I had of him, with that smile on his face.